सब्सक्राइब करें डीजी विद्या चैनल को और बेल आइकन को दबाइए लेटेस्ट एजुकेशनल वीडियो सबसे पहले देखने के लिए।
Welcome to our channel DigiVidya. Today we'll learn how to create a login page using HTML and CSS. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language and the latest version of HTML is HTML5, and CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet and the latest version of CSS is CSS3. We use HTML to make a website, basically to make a website structure page, and we use CSS for styling the layout. So today we'll learn a basic login page design. We make first build structure, then we put styling in it. So here we go. So for HTML and CSS I'm using the Visual Code. This is my Visual Code, and I go to make a new file. So I make a new file. I just press after make a new file, I just go to file and save this file first, and I save it in my login page and my desktop, and I name it index.html. So I save this file and name as index.html in desktop login page, and inside the login page my file name is index.html, and I just press the exclamation mark and then press enter. So now I want to make a login page using HTML5. So here first I make a div tag and I put a class name, and I name this class login box, and let's press enter. The div tag is automatically closed, and the inside the div tag I press H1. H1 stands for header 1, and I just write here login, and after H1 I just start another div and name it test box, and I also close this div, and inside this div I am putting my input type. I want to put a text box, placeholder username, and I just add the name and value, and I just close this. My one text box is and the first text box is name is username text box. Then I want to create another div and name it text box, right? And then here I also input a input type text, placeholder is password, then I have two text box. One is I want to write the username, and second one is password. And after this div, after my password, I want to make another input, but here I don't put input type. I just declare here class, input class, and name is btn, stands for button, and type, and I want to type to button, and value will be login. I want to keep login. This is so easy. I just write down the HTML part, I just save it. I just go to my folder, so here folder, the index file is here. I just double click on it. So look, my structure is built. So here I want to put username, and here I want put password. So why not it work? So go to here, input type, sorry, here I changed text in password. So I save once again. So go to file and refresh this, and I just write down the login and the password, and this is my login button. So here is easy to make a structure like HTML. So after HTML I want to make another file, new file, and I go to and save this file and name it style.css. CSS stands for cascading style sheet, and I save this CSS file in same folder in desktop login page. So we have two files there. One is my index file, name it HTML file, and this one my CSS file. So when I click here, my CSS file is open. So I just link this CSS file with my HTML file. So my CSS file name is style.css. So I come to my HTML file. Now I want to link this file, the CSS file, into my HTML file. So what I do, I just click on the after title, then I press enter. So here I link this file. I just write link, then relation. The relation file is style sheet, and my hyperlink is style.css. So now my style sheet is linked with HTML. So I go back to my style sheet. So in style sheet I just start with body tag, body, margin 0, padding 0, and my font family will be font family sans serif, and my body background color. So I write here background color. So my background color will be olive dark, so something dark gray. Okay, so after I close this, so I just save this CSS style sheet. I come back to here and I just refresh it. So now my body color is change, and font family also change here. Just look, right? It's become sans serif font family. So I open Visual Code. So after my body, I just want to style my this class, I mean login boss. So I have basically a login boss is there. So what I do, I want to style my login boss. So my login boss is basically a class. I define login boss as a class style sheet. So I define class as start as dot login boss and curly bracket start and curly bracket close. It means function will be right inside the bracket. So my width will be width. So I using Visual Code because it is assist me 0% spelling mistake chances. So that's why I using Visual Code. Neither you can write in Notepad. Maximum people use Notepad++. So there are so many editor, HTML and CSS editor is there. So I am using Visual Studio because it is assist me for writing. So I my width which is in Lightbox is 280 pixels, and position will be absolute. Top, from top it will 50%, and left 50%. It means my login box is the center of my browser. Left 50%, and transform will be translate -50, transform translate -50%, -50%, and color means text color will be white. I am using floral white. Right, I just save it and come to my browser and just click. Look, I just change the color. Top 50%, left 50%, transform -50 from right, and by -50 from bottom, and my color is white as I written in my Visual Code. Right, I make the light box now. So next I want to the H1 stands for header 1. Header 1 means the login. Back to my CSS style sheet. So here I just define the H1 basically inside the login box. So my class is login box, then H1, then I just I want float left. Okay, and font size will be 40 pixel. Border bottom 4 pixel. Solid red, and then margin bottom. So margin bottom almost 50 pixels, and padding 13% and 0. So here I just save this file and just go to my browser and just click here. Look, next is I want to style my this box, I mean the user box. Basically these are to my text box. Right, now what I do, I just go back to my style sheet, enter, and here my one of class my text box. So here in HTML I just name it text box here. These are two text box set, one is for username and another one is for password. So I want to style this text box. My width is 100%. 100% means 280, and overflow hidden, and font size will be 20 pixel is good. File size will be 20 pixel. Right, then padding padding 8 pixel and top is 0, and padding margin is same, margin also 8 pixel and 0, and border bottom 1 pixel solid black. I basically need a line, 1 pixel solid. I need black color for that, so black. So I just save this file first. Look, the width is 100%. 100% means 280 pixels and 8 pixel distance. I just want to link this text box. Width 26 pixels, float left, and text align is center. File, I just save this file, and after my link, then there is also a input type. So input type come with this class, I mean text box class. So I just write a text box, then input, and I start the curly bracket and end the curly bracket. Border none, outline none, background none, I don't need background. In input text, basically the input text box is omit, and color will be below in the text color will below. I write down black. The text color will be black, and font size in the text box 18 pixel. Width of my box is 80%, and float left. And float left. So I just save it and go to my, just look, this text box is there. Okay, the text box is omit, and here is my username, and here is my password. So the only things is remain is the login button. So I want to make this login button with CSS. So after ending my input type, so here come back to index. So here is my login button. So basically the class name is btn. So I declare here dot btn, and curly bracket start, curly bracket close, and I need this width, width, width is 100%. 100% means 280 pixels. 100% of my like width text box 100%. Background none, I don't need background. I need border, border 2 pixel solid. I need red, right? Okay, and the text color is white. The text color is white, and padding 5 pixel, and font size 10 pixel. Cursor pointer, I need pointer cursor, Yes, I need pointer cursor and margin. Full pixel and 0. Here I save this file and go back to my browser and just click. Look, this is how you make a login page using HTML and CSS.